Good morning student, welcome back to the online classes for Triveni Memorial School. Today we are going to start the next topic, that is your chapter number 17 for class 4 in environmental studies, that is reproduction in animals. So let's begin. So first of all living things reproduce. So all those living organisms are there, they reproduce. Some animals lay egg while other gives birth to the young ones. So there are two different methods by which these living organisms, these living things can reproduce. First of all, either they can directly lay the eggs, or secondly, they give birth to the young ones. Okay. Now, let us understand what is basically reproduction. So, the process by which these animals produce their young ones is called as reproduction. So, this is a method, this is a process by which any living organism or these animals are going to produce their young ones, that is called as your reproduction. Okay, so let us understand in detail one by one the two methods which are used by these animals to reproduce. So first of all, if you think here, you can look at here in the diagram also. So the animals that give birth to young ones, directly those animals which are giving birth to the young ones, and they are one specific feature is also found in these type of animals is that they are going to produce the milk so that they can feed their young ones. So those animals which are going to give birth to their young ones and producing the milk to feed them, they are called as your mammals. Okay. Now, as you can see here, these animals are going to carry their young ones inside the body till they are born. So how these animals, there is a parental care in this case. Those animals which are giving birth to the young ones, directly these mammals, these are going to have, they are going to show some parental care. That means they are going to keep their baby inside, their young one inside their body till they are born. Okay. So examples are very important here. So those animals which can be considered as mammals, they are your dogs, cat, elephants are mammals. Human beings, us also comes under this category of mammals, and other examples, some specific exception are there here. So you have to remember this. The whale and the dolphin, though they look like a fish. So as you people are aware that these whales and dolphins, though the body structure, they are aquatic and they look like a fish, but they are considered as mammals. So what is the characteristic feature of a mammal? That they are going to give birth to their young ones. Okay. So mammals are the most developed amongst the animals. So out of all the categories, all the ways in which we can classify the living organisms, the mammals are considered to be the most developed one. Now the second type of method in which the animals or the living things reproduce is by laying eggs. So example of that is your birds, fish, insects. You have seen frogs, snakes and crocodile. So it includes reptiles also, and it includes birds and these fishes. So these are the various animals which are going to lay eggs. Now we have to discuss basically in this chapter about those animals which are going to lay the eggs. So first of all, if we go in detail step by step, first one we have to discuss about birds. So as you people are aware, all birds are going to lay the eggs. So the female birds lay the egg in their nest. So in the previous chapter we have also discussed that all the birds are going to make their nest, build their nest, and so that they can lay their eggs in their nest. Each egg has a hard protective outer shell. So you can see here, this is the internal structure of an egg. You can go through this diagram. So outermost covering, you can see this is a hard protective covering which is known as the shell, and inside this shell you can see a clear sticky liquid that is nothing, it is called as your albumin. Albumin is also known as your egg white. Okay. Now if you see inside the albumin, you can see a yellow liquid which is called as yolk, which is going to provide the food to the baby which is growing inside the egg. Now this baby is known as embryo. You can see here in the diagram, this yolk is going to provide the nutrient, the food to the embryo. Okay, this is the small baby which is growing inside the egg. So basically there are four important parts. So outer one is your hard shell, the next one is your albumin, inside that is a yolk, and in the center you can see the embryo, that is your growing baby inside the egg. Now the embryo develops into a chick only when the egg is kept warm. So this embryo can develop into a chick because we are talking about birds here. So this embryo is going to develop into a chick only when this egg is given a warm environment. Okay, and how these birds are going to provide the warm temperature or the environment to the egg? Generally they sit on their eggs. Okay, and after 21 days this fully grown chick will break out the egg, and come out. So that process is called as hatching. Okay, so you must remember that diagram. So here you can see a small chick is developing inside the egg, and the process by which it is coming out is called as egg hatching. So this is a chick which has hatched from the egg. Next is the egg. The young ones do not have feathers and their eyes are closed. So the small baby of the birds, they are not having feathers, and another thing is their eyes are closed. The parent bird feed them and teach them how to fly. So they are going to be there with them only to they are going to be present. They are going to be helping them in order to teach them how to fly. They are going to feed them, and they will look after them only until they are strong enough to look after themselves. So till this baby grows up and is able to look after itself, till then the parent bird is going to feed them and protect them. Next, the next animal which is going to lay the eggs is your fish. So fishes lay thousands of eggs in a safe place in water. So as you are aware, fishes are aquatic animals, so they are going to lay the eggs in water. The thing is, they are going to lay thousands of eggs together. These cluster of eggs of a fish is called as spawn. So you can see here in the diagram, there are thousands of eggs laid by the fish, and the young baby fish hatches and grows into a fry. So after this spawn, this baby fish are going to hatch from the eggs and grows into a fry. And out of these fry are going to develop into an adult fish. So out of these thousands of eggs, the fish laid only 100 grows into a baby fish, and many of these eggs are eaten by other fish. So why these fish are going to lay thousands of eggs? The basic reason behind that is because out of these 100, out of these 1,000, only few hundred of them can develop into a fry, because most of these big fishes are going to feed on the eggs of the small fishes. Okay, so that is the reason. This is the life cycle of a fish. Okay, so that is the life cycle of a fish. Now moving on to the next animal is your frog. So similarly to the fish, the frogs are going to lay thousands of eggs in a cluster in water, and their eggs are also known as spawn. After 3 weeks later, the baby frog is going to come out. The baby frog is going to come out of those eggs, and that is called as tadpole. That baby is known as tadpole. They look like a tiny fish, so they also appear like a tiny fish, and they breathe through the gills. So you can see here the frog has laid a large number of eggs in water. This is the early tadpole. You can see from the diagram, this appears like a fish only, a tiny fish, and this is a growing tadpole. Okay, so here these tadpoles are going to breathe through gills. These tadpole gradually loses their tail and develop the legs. So when there is a gradual development, so these tadpoles, their tail is being lost, and they started developing the legs part, because now from these water source they are moving to the land part. So after some time they become adult frogs. So as they develop the legs, the tail is lost, and now they are becoming the adult frog. So like fish, the parent frog take care of their babies only for a short period of time. That means your parental care is for less of less time. Okay, so this is the life cycle of a frog. Now moving on to the next animals which are going to lay the eggs. There is that mode of reproduction over here. So these are reptiles. So reptiles includes your lizards, turtles, snake. Generally they are going to lay their eggs in the ground itself, and they do not sit on their egg to keep them warm. So this is different from the rest, because in case of birds they are going to provide them warm environment, warm temperature by sitting on their eggs here. But reptiles, what they are doing, they are just simply laying them in the ground, and the sun energy, the heat from the sun is going to keep their eggs warmer. Now, if we discuss about this reptile, that is your crocodile. So crocodile dig a shallow pit in the sandy river bank in order to lay the eggs. So what is the crocodile doing? Is digging a shallow pit near the river bank in the sandy soil and laying the eggs. Now the mother crocodile is going to cover those eggs with the sand again, and she's going to guard them, to protect them. So when these baby hatches out from the egg, it is going to dig away the sand and set them free. So now once the babies are hatched, now the mother is going to go and she is going to remove those sand from those eggs, and it is going to set them free. As the young ones come out, the mother keep them in the special pouch at the bottom of her mouth for some time. So as these babies are coming out, the newborn babies, what is it going to do? This is the mother crocodile, you can see. It is going to keep them, these young ones, the young crocodile, in its mouth for some time. Okay. Now, the last type of animals which are going to lay eggs is your insects. So we have to discuss about two types of insects here which have different life cycles. So first of all, you have to remember that all the insects are going to lay the eggs. So the insects like grasshopper and the cockroaches, they have 3 stages in their life cycle. You can see here in the diagram. So basically the one that is your grasshopper and your cockroach, these are going to have 3 stages, which includes the egg, the nymph and the adult cockroach. So here the baby cockroach is called as the nymph, and this nymph is going to shed its skin continuously and will develop into an adult. The shedding process of the old skin is called as molting. Okay, so by the process of molting, the nymph is going to develop into an adult cockroach. Okay. Now if we discuss about another type of set of insect, that is your butterflies and your house flies, they are going to have 4 stages in their life cycle. You can see here, this is a life cycle of a butterfly. The eggs are there. The egg will develop into a worm-like caterpillar, and this caterpillar will make an outer covering. It will protect itself and it will form in a pupa stage, and then it is an adult butterfly. So let us discuss that part. So here the female butterfly lays the eggs in cluster on the underside of the leaf. So below that surface of the leaf, it is going to lay clusters of egg. Each egg hatches into the larva that looks like a worm. So these are the larva which is hatched from the eggs of the butterfly, and it appears like a worm. It is called as caterpillar. It is going to eat the leaves and grow quickly. So this stage, this caterpillar, it is going to eat the lot of leaves which are there on which they are born. Okay, so it is going to eat the lot of leaves, and quickly they start growing. After some time, this caterpillar will stop eating. Okay, now it will develop a shell is formed over its body, that is called as your cocoon. Around its body, this is your pupa stage. Okay, this one which I was discussing earlier, this is pupa. It is going to, this caterpillar has stopped eating and it has developed a shell around its body, that is pupa. And then inside the pupa, the caterpillar slowly changes its shape, and after a while their pupa will burst and a beautiful adult butterfly will come out of it. So these are the two type of insects which are having three stages and two stages in their 3 stages and 4 stages in their life cycle. Now, how do animals protect their eggs? So how these animals are going to protect their eggs? The birds lay the eggs inside a nest. So before laying the eggs, it is going to build its nest, and it will make its nest, as you people are aware, at a very protective place. Now turtles, they bury their eggs in the ground. Okay, so they are kind of reptiles, so they are going to lay the eggs in the ground. The cockroaches, they are generally hiding their eggs in the dark corners. Okay, so this is the way these certain animals are going to protect their eggs. So hope everybody has understood the chapter. Now moving on to the exercise part. So first of all, the first multiple choice question you can see here. The yellow substance inside the bird's egg is called as, so that yellow substance is called as the yolk, which is going to provide the nutrient to the developing baby inside the egg. The baby frog that comes out of an egg, it is known as tadpole. The next one is dash looks like a fish but is a mammal. You can write down whale or dolphin, though they look like fish but they are mammals. A baby cockroach is called as a nymph. Then you have next thing is you have given different pictures of the animals. You have to name them. The first one is an adult an adult cockroach is there, a caterpillar, and the next one is a chick. Now moving on to the next part, that is your section B. First multiple choice question. The larva of a butterfly is called as a caterpillar. The next is tadpole breathe through their gills. So when they are in the aquatic medium, when they are found in the water sources, so they are going to breathe with the help of gills. Now moving on to the next, that is a very short answer question. So what are the eggs of a fish called? The fish we have discussed in the video. The fish is going to lay thousands of clusters of eggs and it's called as spawn. Next is, what is the baby cockroach called? It is called as your nymph. Now your short answer question. How do crocodiles take care of their young one? So the mother crocodile keep the young ones in the special pouch at the bottom of her mouth for some time. So in order to protect its young one, when the babies are hatched out, it is going to keep its young ones in a pouch, a small pocket which is at the bottom of her mouth in order to protect them. Now you have to mention the 4 stages in the life cycle of a butterfly. So you have seen in the videos, eggs will hatch and it will the caterpillar, it appears like a worm. The larva, which appears like a worm, is your caterpillar. Then caterpillar develops into a pupa. Pupa stage develops into a complete butterfly, adult butterfly. Now you have to name 3 animals each. First of all, which give birth to young one directly. So those are your mammals. You can write down dogs, cows, cats, elephant. The another set of animals which lay the eggs is your bird, fishes, frog and snakes. The last one here, long answer question. So you have to draw a diagram to show 3 stages of life cycle of a cockroach. So as you are aware, cockroach's life cycle, it consists of 3 stages. So first of all, it will lay eggs. Egg will develop into a nymph. A nymph, with the help of the process which is molting, it is continuously going to shed its older skin and will develop into an adult cockroach. Okay, so this completes the life cycle of a cockroach. Okay, so everybody has understood the video. Just go through the ones we have discussed about the various ways in which the organism, these living beings, reproduce. We have basically discussed in detail about those animals which are going to lay the eggs. One by one we have discussed about the birds, we have discussed about the frog, fishes and insects. So hope everybody has understood this and we will meet in our next video. Till then, take care. Thank you.